Hi, guys. This is Erica Jackson with Realty One Group Elite. And today I am here with Maureen. She is with Loan Depot, and she's going to share with us a little bit about what's going on in her world right now. So, Maureen, you have been in the industry for 20 plus years.
23 years, yeah.
2 decades. That is incredible. So I know you've seen so much in this real estate world, all the different cycles from when it turns from a buyer's market to a seller's market, some of the recessions that we've had in the industry.
And now we definitely have seen the sales prices come down. I would think in the last probably 4 or 5 months, I've seen the most reduction in sales price.
Okay.
That as a lender that I've seen. But with interest rates being on the higher side, we still have that fear of moving forward for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I hear you. I know that I'm having the similar conversations with my clients as well.
Yeah.
And it's a mental thing right now, right? Because interest rates are higher than they were in COVID. But what's so interesting is that we always talk about like in COVID times, right? So prices were higher than what they are right now.
Multiple bids, 100,000, 200,000 over asking.
Yeah. People were overpaying for the house. And unfortunately, they had to kind of pay for those appraisal gaps, right? Because on a mortgage side, you do not cover, the lender won't cover appraisal gaps. Is that right?
No. Yeah, that's on the buyer. Right. If you are buying a home for $1 million and the value comes in at $950,000, you've got that $50,000 gap to make up. Many times, depending on what you're putting down, we can restructure the loan so that you're not bringing in a large extra amount. It just depends on what your picture looks like. Everybody's loan is different, like everybody's loan. I call them a puzzle. Every loan is different. I'm really good at puzzles, by the way. And every person's situation is different. So you're looking at a lot of different avenues there for them, for that family. Nobody is cookie cutter. This is not a cookie cutter business. So.
And what loan product right now are you most excited about?
So excited and or doing. So a couple different things. There's I really do like this 3-2-1 buy down. So if the starting rate today is 7.5%, your first year, your rate would actually be 4.5, the second year, 5.5, third year, 6.5, and then that fourth year and beyond, 7.5. But what that allows the buyer to do is have this subsidy from the seller. So it's paid for by the seller. This subsidy that's subsidizing that payment. So they're making a much lower payment. So example, you can save $1,000 a month on that mortgage. And then when rates come back down, you have 2 to 3 years before you're at that max 7.5. And this is a fixed loan. So it's not adjustable anymore. It's not an adjustable loan. It's just being subsidized on those first 3 years.
I think one of the biggest concerns I've seen with the temporary buy down on the listing side is that it costs the seller money, right?
Yes.
Because those buy downs, it has to be paid for by the seller.
Nothing is free. Yeah.
Nothing's free, but some things that we've seen happen, and Maureen, feel free to add more context to this as well. But we've seen it where you can technically increase the purchase price, offset some of the seller's costs. So as a buyer, you increase your purchase price by, let's say the 3-2-1 buy down cost. I'm just going to throw out an arbitrary number here. Let's say it's $10,000, right? So you increase your purchase price by that $10,000, and that changes the buyer's mortgage payment by not that much, right?
No. Right.
And so then the seller credits that back to the buyer at close of escrow. So that's one of the things that we have been seeing that have been very successful to work through those 3-2-1 buy down cost.
Maybe some people don't know is you still have to qualify for that 7.5.
Yeah.
So even though you're going to be 4.5 that first year, you have to qualify for that higher rate. So that was something explaining to the listing agent, hey, my clients can afford this. They have to qualify at this, right?
That's right.
But again, if you're the concerns like you were talking about for listing agents, their concern is the value going to come in? Is the appraisal going to be okay? And in our case, it did. We actually got an appraisal waiver. We didn't even have to do an appraisal. So
wow, wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. I want to talk a little bit more too about your VA services, because I know that you and I have worked on. I know that you and I have worked on purchases with VA buyers, right?
Yes. The VA loan is the best loan on the market, hands down, the best loan. Our veterans have served time, given time away from their family, in some cases, gotten injuries, and they have earned this benefit. So my biggest pet peeve is any listing agent or any lender saying, oh, you shouldn't use that. You shouldn't use the VA loan because of this or because of that. All of those things that they think they know are myths. Those are old things. Anytime you're purchasing a home, they're going to be looking for health and safety issues. So the appraiser is going to be looking at that. Now, for a VA loan, we do have to have a Section 1 clearance. Now, the repairs can be paid for by the buyer or by the seller. But what if the buyer what if a veteran buyer wanted to purchase a home that had, say, $10,000 of work? We can switch that over to a VA renovation loan, right? Still do the VA loan, 100% financing, and get those repairs done in the loan.
Wow. So they can add in a VA renovation loan to cover the cost and repairs after closing.
Yes. And say, okay, well, we're already doing that. What if we want to get new windows and new floors and replace countertops? You can do all of that. You can do all of that.
And that is wonderful. That's a huge benefit for a VA buyer.
Huge. And not a lot of veterans realize that they can do that.
Yeah. And I think it needs to be noted that if you are a VA buyer, you can move into a home with 0% down.
Yes. No money down. No money down. Right. Say as a veteran buyer, you don't have a lot of money saved. You can ask for credit from the seller, which depending on the market, you might not be able to get that, right? If you've got a lot of offers, why are they going to give you money? But also there are some down payment assistance programs that can help with the closing costs. So you can be a veteran purchaser, put no money down, and also get help with the closing costs.
Perfect. Wonderful. That's good to know. So, Maureen, tell me, what lending myths do you want to debunk right now?
Okay, the first one is you have to have perfect credit to buy a house. No, you do not. So for VA specifically, for a veteran loan, you can go down to like 600 of credit score. For FHA, you can go down to 580, sometimes lower depending on what your picture looks like. Conventional loans, 620 and above. So there are a lot of different programs out there for almost for every person, but you never know until you try, until you start the process and see what you can do. And the other myth that I wanted to go over was that you need 20% down. You do not need 20% down to purchase a home. You can buy a home with as little as 3% down, as long as you're in the conforming limit for that county,
right.
Or 5% down. So either 3 or 5. And there are down payment assistance programs to help with that.
Wow.
So I'm surprised always how many people still think you have to have perfect credit and you have to put 20% down.
I know. That's one of the topics that we often talk about at our home buying seminars. That's one of the open questions. It's one of those questions where we say, true or false, you have to have 20% down to buy a house. True or false?
People go, yeah, you do. Yeah.
No, yeah. People are like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like, no. Do you know how hard it is to have 20% to buy a home in California?
Right.
A lot of people don't have those funds. And so that's where Maureen comes in, her team comes in. They will help work with your situation. I'll tell you that my experience working with Maureen has been flawless. She works so hard for her clients, which I absolutely love. And I am happy to share her with the world. So guys, please meet Maureen. And if you ever are thinking of purchasing a home, I'll put her information at the bottom of this video. And Maureen, before we leave,
yes,
I want you to leave me with this. Actually, two questions real quick, actually, as I think about it. What do you do for fun? Because we already know you're a wizard, right, in lending. But what do you do for fun that you would say would surprise people?
So I don't get to do it as often as I like, but I am a member of a biker club. We are the Vesperados. So we ride our Vespas around. If you're in the Pleasanton, Livermore area, you'll see us the most. Sometimes we get out to Alameda, sometimes a little bit more into Contra Costa County. We don't go on the freeways, but there's quite a few of us. Sometimes you'll see, 20 Vespas riding down the road.
Oh my gosh.
All our different colors of Vespas. And it's just a great, fun group. Like I said, I don't get to go as often as I want because they usually go Saturdays and Sundays, and sometimes I'm working. But it's just so fun. It's just
okay. For the people that are not bikers, what is a Vespa?
A Vespa is a scooter. It's an Italian scooter, but we have all kinds of scooters in our group. We even have one person that has almost like a motorcycle that's in our group. Yeah, and they come from all over. We have some people from Tracy, wow. Contra Costa, out in the Walnut Creek area that come out. Yeah, so all
now,
around.
Do you have to wear a helmet?
So much fun. And we have our helmets. Yeah, we got helmets. Yep. Our leader, Gina Marie, she's just the most amazing human. She has rainbow braids coming off of her.
That sounds so cool. I want to join. Okay.
And she has a costume for every holiday.
Oh my goodness.
So her helmet is like, she has the Grinch helmet. She's got Santa Claus. Yeah, she's got all kinds. It's again, just a really fun, happy.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have to, if you want to share, we would love to insert a picture right about here.
I will find one. I will find one.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so great to talk with you today, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.